You have to do one of these two things in order to do damage. Okay? Because trap will give you full damage Q, and the full damage Q is the whole point. Okay? Everything, you have to hit the full damage Q. I don't care how you do it, you just have to do it. Okay? Now, if we watch this, this auto attack, no good. Why? Because it makes it so that you lower your chances of hitting a full damage Q and a trap. Now, what can you do instead of auto attack? You can walk sideways, you can put a trap down, you can run forward. I don't really care, but the whole point is to get this thing to hit them in the face until you hit the level until level 13. Then it's headshots. Okay? This will never do anything because it's not full damage. If it's not full damage, it's fake. If it's not full damage, you would just rather not use it. I promise you. Okay? You need a trap. You need to get a better position. You'd rather net. I don't really care. You just don't. I would rather just not even use it. You can just stand here, net past this miasma, Q her. Right? You have to full damage Q her somehow. This is what happens when you don't. Look. You missed. How much? Look. It's like, oh, she's like 1 HP. Unlucky. No. You missed all your damage. You have to ask yourself, where is the fight moving? Okay? If the fight is moving like this, then you need to set up traps. And what do we do about traps is you set up enough traps so you can combo with net and combo on teammate CC and for enemy hourglass. So at this point in the game, no enemy hourglass, don't worry about that. Teammate CC, Nami's just dead, don't worry about that. So save enough for traps. So I'll probably put down 2 or 3 and I have one for EW combo. And you know it's coming towards you, so chain them like this or chain them like this. Okay, so what it will look like is boom, 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 or boom, boom, boom. And it's where the fight is going. Okay, it's always kiting. I promise you. It's always kiting. And if we watch this, right? How relevant is this? Right? Okay, so first of all, how relevant are your traps? They will never touch this. If it's not along the wall, they will never step on it. Okay, I promise you. I'll pretty much never step on it. Like, they will never naturally step on it. Unless it's like inside a body or something. But you should be focusing on Giga kiting this way. Because the enemy solo laner is coming from bot lane, right? Remember, we need to play around our traps here as CAITLYN, right? So here, look, this guy's sprinting at us. If you auto-attack him, it does jack shit because we have no passive headshot. So it's all about traps, right? Start putting traps down, prepare the net for his flash, all that kind of stuff, right? So you watch this, right? Somehow he got to pull us, even though we had a great trap. Somehow he got to pull us, even though we had net up. That should never happen, right? You should always W, EW, EQ, doesn't matter. You're not really killing this guy, you're just trying to get away, right? So yeah, even here, that net, I promise you, that net, every time you net, you must EQ, okay? If you had EQ'd or EW'd, you would have killed him and lived, assuming you have bloodline. I know you're bleeding, but if you had bloodline, you would have lived, okay? Every time you net, you must Q or W. And if you didn't, 90% of the time, you did something wrong. That's how you like kind of structure your fights as CAITLYN, is you set up your trap line in a spot where you're kiting to. Lin Property, and he's NA, and he submitted this VOD. Oh my god, this guy's OPGG is looking really good. Let's just say it's looking a lot better than mine, huh? Submitted a Masters and a VOD. CAITLYN Nami? Cassio Morgana, huh? Is this game, right? Bro, he went 14-4. He submitted this VOD. Interesting. Insane level 1. Bubble hits. Okay, hold on. He skilled W. Wait, what's going on here? You skilled W, but you have no teammate combo, so I think it's just Q here, right? For max damage. Not only will you be able to guarantee full hit Q on someone here, you're also going to get the AoE as well. W is kind of risky, like, there's no guarantee here. Oh, he's not even using W, so it might have been an accident. Oh, he W the Cassio, though. Getting lethal tempo value. Can't flash for, unfortunately. Not bad. We got a kill. Okay. He's gonna base, get a long sword. He bought an extra potion. I think it's fine. Probably, personally, I would not buy an extra potion because you already have the Nami W healing, right? Endurance Blaze Sustain. So, you can just save the 50 gold, honestly, IMO, but you can buy it too. Use the potion aggressively and run at them. I think it's fine. I think you need to be sprinting. Okay, so when you play CAITLYN, I think one thing you should be thinking is counting passive headshot. So when you get to 5 here, you're at 4, right? When you're at 5, your next bullet should last hit, or it should hit them with the intention to headshot next, right? You want to play around your headshot in lane, right? So when you're at 5, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a last hit headshot or I'm a auto attack them headshot. And since they're playing Castle Morgana level 1, they don't really have any way to really stop you, right? You can just run at them and hit them if you really want to. But here, you used 5 to hit a minion. So now it's really awkward because now you feel like you want to use headshot the last hit, right? Because it's going to die, right? So just keep that in mind. When you're at 5 stacks, the next one should either last hit or 5-6 them, okay? Hit them and then headshot them, okay? Because there you had to hit. You were pretty much forced to headshot that when you could have used it to like zone them, right? Something to keep in mind, okay, guys. When you have 5, next one should be our last hit. Oh, this is really awkward. I think we're pushing a little bit too fast after that one. Not sure if you intentionally headshot the range creep there, but now we need a crash, right? Without we need a crash in kind of an awkward spot as a cannon. Okay, I don't think this Q makes sense here, right? Because Nami already missed bubble. We should just use Q to crash, I think. You already missed, right? So you're already kind of like trying to trap this, but the play's already kind of dead, right? And instead, you should probably maybe try and trade Morgana or focus on crashing the wave or something, right? That was a nice headshot on the Morgana. She kind of gave it to you there. All right, we crash, probably go word, right? I'll say one big thing in laning phase is so far you haven't had any pressure with headshot yet. Okay, this is your ward timing, so the fact that you're not warding is a little bit concerning because if you didn't ward then, this is the play where Morgana's gonna flash on us, right? Where their jungle's here, so I think yeah now you're like warding late, right? Where we can't fight for the minions here. Also, personally, would not prefer this ward because of the jungle path. Let me show you here. Let me get my pen here. Okay, so this is what happens. If you ward this early game, actually this happens not infrequently. This is very possible. Okay, I know that like they have no vision here, so they have no idea what you warded. But there's a universe where they see you ward this, and they know that this path's not warded, and they go around. Okay, so yeah, be careful of that. But yeah, your timing to ward is after you push IMO. Because, like, let's say, for example, you didn't ward here. The jungle could be on the way, right? The jungle could be, like, right here. And then as you go to try and ward it, you see them sprinting at you, and you're like, fuck it, I just gotta run, I guess. And by that point, it's really awkward, right? So, like, here, they could be... Nami's dead here, for example, right? Like, you're right here. So that's why, like, jungle shows up. They flash on Nami. Nami's trying to get out. Not really possible. So, yeah. Just know that your default ward timer is after you crash the wave, okay? Seems like everyone's top though. Down to just kill them here, TBH. Okay, let's talk about this. So we see Darius, right? We see what do we see here? We see Darius and we see their jungle, I assume, right? Yeah, Volibear. Okay, so right now, if you take a look at the situation, anytime you see new info on the map, you should ask yourself, what am I supposed to do here? So the new info being, you see their jungle show top. And they're mid. I mean, there's some fighting going on mid, so it's just 2v2 bot, right? And if you take a look at this, then you say, okay, which way is the wave pushing? It's pushing towards us. Okay, so based on this info, 2v2, what are you supposed to do here to generate the most pressure possible? Right? What are you supposed to do here? And clearly, we should be trying to trade with them when they try and walk up to the wave, right? Because not only are they low, but that's what our matchup says with Nami, right? So we should be trying to mess with them, right? And then now that we have the strategy, right? Now that we know what we're supposed to do, then it's execution. How do we do it? And you do it based on your abilities, right? Okay, we can walk up, look for a net. We can charge passive, look for a passive headshot trade. Walk up, bait abilities. Fuck it, I can commit cleanse. You know, I'm down to fucking walk up, hit the Casio. They throw abilities, flash, all in, right? I'm down for any of this. Okay. So that's kind of like the thing. That's how we get to the spot where we're like, okay, we should run past the wave and start fighting the Casio, right? It's based off the information on the map, and I think at the Masters Elo, this is where this kind of like decision making becomes most important. This is like where it starts to change your gameplay a lot, right? Because here we see you put a trap down here, they're never gonna walk in there, right? They should be afraid of you, and then you instantly headshot a minion. But that was like your tool to like giga trade with them, right? So, and like look how far back we're playing, right? We can unironically stand here and zone XP. That's how strong you are right now with full HP and matchup div and cleanse for Morgana. It's unlaneable for them, okay? And the only way we could ever know this is by seeing the Volibear top and knowing it's 2v2 bot, and then knowing that, you know, we have advantage, we should try and make the advantage bigger, right? Like somehow somehow we have giga advantage and they're the ones queuing us when we want a minion, right? There's no way this should be happening, right? We're the lane that wants to trade with Nami, right? And they're the ones who need Morgana Q to be able to play the game. So again, we're like, you know, no pressure with. Essentially, you need to find a way to have pressure with headshot with your support. Okay, so if your support is like, I don't know, like Blitzcrank or something, when he's ready to hook, okay, have my headshot ready with Q ready, and then we can combo on hook. Let's say it's a trade champion like Lulu or Janna Shield or Milio Shield. I'm gonna stack headshot and look to trade with those abilities, right? You pretty much need to figure out how to play around your support with your headshot passive, right? Even with the wave pushing, it's okay to pressure there. Well, the whole point is that it's pushing towards us, so therefore they need to crash to not lose minions, right? So that means we can fight them for it, right? If you can successfully fight them off the wave, they lose an entire wave, and we know we can fight them off the wave because of this HP advantage, right? Insane HP advantage here. And their win condition lane is to hit the Morgana Q, right? But we already default win by cleanse. So all you have to do is just fight. Easy. Any trade is winning. Any all-in is winning. They cannot catch you because of cleanse. It's default winning. Everything is winning, essentially, right? Any 2v2 interaction is winning. Even if Morgana bind, dump everything on Nami, it's still winning because you kill Cassio, right? Like literally everything is winning. So yeah. That's kind of how you know we just need to fight them, right? Okay, let's keep going though. So yeah, definitely could be applying more pressure here. Somehow we should be stomping them, but they're the ones pushing us in now with no real compensation, right? Like they got to ward this, right? Oh, NT on the random Q. I'm down to fish for those occasionally. Kind of skill check them. Okay, that was a pretty bad bubble. Again, we're not counting headshot, right? So I want you to think, you know, the default pattern, because like you want to trade with like net into Q, right? Okay, so basically what's happening here is, I think if you want to make progress in this lane as CAITLYN, or progress in general, obviously we need to figure out how to hit Q. But this is impossible to land, guys, right? It's not like an Ezreal Q. Ezreal Q is already kind of like pseudo hard to land. It's a lot faster, low cooldown. This is impossible to land unless you have some kind of like, you Q them when they want a minion, you Q them when they're stunned, right? You Q them when they can't see you because you're firing them from a bush. So really what we need to land is the net, okay? Or something that has no skill shot, which is passive, okay? So you should be angling for ways to fish for like some kind of net trade or stack up passive, look for a passive headshot trade. But yeah, that's kind of like your bread and butter in terms of trying to figure out how to make progress in this lane with the trade support, right? So here you have headshot. Okay, we should headshot this Cassio with Nami W. And even if she hits you with Q, you still win. It's crazy, right? But you can even dodge it and then go for it, right? But somehow, the entire laning phase, we've had zero pressure with headshot, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you should always pressure with headshot. There are certain lanes where you're playing with Yuumi. They have Kai'Sa Leona. You try and pressure with a headshot, you're getting flashed on, and then you guys are like getting rolled. Okay, maybe you can't pressure with headshot. But in lanes where you can pressure with headshot, you should be looking for it, right? And those are lanes where you win trades, okay? Oh, that was a nice RNG Q. Just as a side note, level 3 RNG Q kind of blows because you have 1 point in each ability. So usually you have 2 points, and other champions have 2 points into ability, so it's very strong. In CAITLYN's case, this Q is going to be very weak until level 5, right? So, alright, let's keep going. This is diveable, right? Honestly, I don't care if they're junglers here. They're you need to be fighting them, right? I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so what's the plan here? Your jungle's here, right? So either it's a crash, we fight them. You know, you need to trade when your jungle's here, right? That's the default. Because if you have man advantage, your jungle can come and clean up. If you don't have man advantage, your jungle's here, you still win trades because of our matchup and they have low HP, right? So we just need to fight them and crash and dive, right? That should be our game plan here. So I think overall what we're seeing from your perspective is you don't really have a plan for what you're going to do, right? You're just kind of like hitting minions and stuff. I'm not really sure what the plan is here, right? The plan is definitely like trade into dive, right? But look how far we are. We're not trading with headshot. We're like giving them space. Like they're not like you're thinking like your jungle is here. You want them to like do this while they're running it. They're never gonna run at you, right? So because they're weak. They're the ones getting shit on here, right? So yeah, it's a crash into dive for sure. I don't know why card to show. It's not good enough. I mean, getting hit by bind is fine. You just giga win everything, right? Yeah, like all you have to do is just fight, right? So, unfortunately, Nami got the kill, which kind of sucks. If anything here, you're winning so hard. Remember to play for flash. Remember to play that they will have to flash. Okay, so just remember that. So like here, for example, you're like okay, and then I like maybe like E flash potentially something like that. Maybe I would maybe hold on to her abilities. Look for Morgana, and then look for like a E flash Q, hit the Cassio, you know, greed it out a little bit. I'm down. Like unironically, you could go for something like that. Like I'm not even joking. You auto attack Morgana, she flashes, E flash her, Q the Cassio, double kill. But that's just like winning more. Okay, like this is just like somehow Nami got the kill. I don't really know how this is possible, right? just some things to think about. Okay. Okay, let's crash. I'm down for maybe a plate. I'm also down for not a plate. Wow, he wants dragon. Okay, I'm kind of down for dragon team play. But you gotta go home and just give up a wave if you do this. So, oh, okay, we didn't lose much. That's good. Did they not push fast enough? What's going on here? Surely Cassio can fuck up this wave. Not sure what's going on here. Cassio went for the range creeps first. That's okay. We got away with the dragon. That was really good. Very good, very good. Okay, so here we gotta regain bot control, right? Of all the never mind, Cassio base. That was really good by Nami to spot that. So here you just crash and then ward everything, right? Okay, you saw Volibear. This is fine. You saw Volibear, so you're like, oh, I don't need a word try. This is good. Let's just go for the plate. And then again, you want to trade, right? Back to our default PvP. We should be looking for a trade on headshot. Very good, very good. We found the headshot there. The Q. Wait, let me see this. The Q kind of not sure about the Q here. Okay, you hit the minions. So actually, I'm down for this. I mean, you hit her, which is already really good, but I'm down for it. It's just like intent, right? What are you trying to do? It's very important. Oh, okay. We just killed them all or what? I'm down for EQ flash. She has no flash. No. Okay, there's lethal here, right? And the reason why we know that we have lethal is because he has no flash, right? So the instant he turned around to fight you, you're like, oh, you should be thinking, oh, this guy's trying to die, right? So you could like hit him until take one tower shot and to see which way he commits, and then E flash W, and then I promise you, he'll guarantee run away. He's stuck in this spot or this spot, and then you can fire Q. Okay, this you should look for fish for some kind of lethal here with your flash advantage. This is why, if you ever wonder why you have no flash, they have flash, and it's like giga advantage. This is why. It's because you can go for a flash play here and he cannot dodge it, right? The Q on Morgana is already really good, but if you want to look for more, that's how you look for more. Yeah, like see, Nami went for it, right? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh. Okay, let's back it up. Okay. I think you already know what we're wrong here, right? So I mean, let's just go over this, I guess, but yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that there's no universe where we need to use anything to kill them, right? And also die. Okay, so here, two things. Okay, two CAITLYN rules. Ironclad CAITLYN rules. If you are not ready for the teammate CC, cash out with Q. Okay. Rule number 1: if it is unexpected, your team made an unexpected play with CC, flash CC in, and you are not ready, you are not getting the trap. It is only Q. It is only Q follow-up. Only. Okay, second rule. Anytime your teammate has CC and they have a flash play ready, you can be ready for a flash trap or net forward trap. Okay? Like for example here, if you're like, okay, I'm like waiting for the Nami flash bubble, like check it out. Ready? I'm like waiting for the net. I'm waiting for it. I'm like, oh, she's moving forward. I'm prepared net. Ready? Ready? I'm ready. Okay, net forward into trap. Okay? Or flash into trap. Otherwise, it is only Q. And the reason why you have to stick to these two rules is because of this problem. It hits, then you try and get in range, then you trap, but if you think about it, it's way too late. Oops, I used scroll here. It's way too late. Way too late. Look. Way too late. Look at that. It's trapped immediately on CC or you're not getting it. That's it. That is it, okay? And then because you try to Q out, like it's like Giga Disaster, right? Because you miss a trap, then you miss the Q, then you have no damage, then you're like, fuck, I have to like flash for this. You see like everything is just going wrong because of that, okay? That's basically it. Just don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about late cleanse. Don't worry about flashing forward. Don't worry about any of this. Just know that on teammate CC, if you are not immediately ready to trap, you are not getting the trap, okay? That is it. The only exception can be Morgana Q, but even then, sometimes you're not making it, okay? You can never reaction trap. It can only ever be prediction trap. If it's a reaction, if you're reacting to teammate CC, just cash out on Q. Nice dodge there. Okay, I'm not really sure why we're going this way, but... Sure? I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but that was a nice Q on them. You need to get back to the wave. Soon TM. You're taking unnecessary damage, but honestly, you have a Nami, so it's fine. Yeah, if you have any questions while I'm going over this, feel free to ask in chat. Okay, this Q does not make sense, right? Okay, well, hold on, what's going on here? Okay, intent. What are we supposed to be doing here? Okay, so if you look at this, right? We see Volibear. We already saw Volibear. I don't know. I mean, you're busy doing whatever this is, but we saw Volibear go topside, right? So, what are we supposed to be doing here? Okay, and remember, their jungle is topside. Your jungle is also going topside. It's 2v2. Our matchup says what? Our matchup says we want to trade. How do we trade? On minions. Execution. How do we trade? We do it when they want a minion and when we have headshot. Okay, we're at 4. This is 5. I would hit cannon for 6 and try and fish. Okay. So matchup. This is what our matchup tells us. Okay. So here you went for a Q here, but this kind of doesn't really make sense, right? Because you know. This could be part of your trading pattern, right? We could walk up, EQ, right? We could walk, you know, if you want to clear the wave and then begin a slope. I mean, I guess, but I think, you know, I already knew you were gonna headshot a minion, right? This is our timing to look for our trades here. All right, they missed mine. We should just all in. Fuck it. Okay, so here, the instant you see the misbind, they cannot win, right? So I'll just don't even hit minions. You can kill cannon, but I would just sprint at them. I'm like, okay, Nami, I'm waiting. Nami, I'm waiting. And then she'll go for it. I promise you, you just kill them both. Okay. So yeah, I think a lot of what we're seeing is looking like lane ideas in terms of what you are supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it, right? In terms of like matchup and stuff, right? Like remember, the matchup is we want to trade with Nami, sometimes fish for bubble. They want to hit bind into all in, right? They have to catch, right? We trade and catch. They want to catch. So anytime minions are dying, trade with them and don't get caught. This is pure 2v2. And anytime you see Volibear, this is our immediate response, right? Looks like Nami wants to clear vision, so let's go clear vision. Or you can crash first and clear vision. Sure, anything works. Very nice. I would ward Tribush here. I'm not sure why we don't like warding Tribush. We have 2 wards right now, right? So you should be warding Tribush, right? You are kind of shitting on them. At this point, you should just ulti, right? You should ulti here. And the reason why we ulti here... Okay, good. It's because you're just trading harder, right? And they just make it so they can't play the game. You see Volibear, just deny the wave. GG, game over. You have no mana for the forbidden combo, but... okay, you should not let him touch anything here. Ooh. Somehow he's getting the minions by being 1 HP, right? So... ask yourself, how can we... Okay, I don't know what happened to the traps here, but... ask yourself, how can we pressure them here, right? With net. Okay, so the trick is you just stand menacingly, dodge the skill shots, use net to get out of tower range. Okay. Like you had headshot, right? So I would just stand here with headshot, just dodge this, you know, see what Morgana does, and then instantly headshot net out. Easy. Something like that, right? But you need to apply pressure here. You're doing like, I mean, you can hit the tower, but like, they shouldn't be able to lane. You know what I mean? Also, you're giving up so much space here. You can just stand here. Don't worry. I mean, remember, we know where the jungle is, right? Just stand here, no problem. Don't give up space. Oh my god, a flash play. You know, mana. Probably because you use Q so many times. You have to aim Casio here. Nice buffer Q. Oh, he still lost though. Not a complete disaster. Because CAITLYN's got it, but yeah, that's kind of bad. Okay, so let's talk about this. So part of this is part of this is mana diff, right? What did go wrong here? Oh, you Q nothing. Oh my god. Okay. Another CAITLYN rule. In laning phase, the occasional RNG Q is fine. When you have no mana, it's not fine anymore. Okay. Like you're trying to like read this guy. Like it's pretty much never gonna hit. Okay, I promise you, it's pretty much never gonna hit unless they're going for a minion. Okay, so the only reason why you're firing it is because he's low enough to die. So that's not a good enough reason. Because realistically speaking, you're never gonna hit him, right? So that's why you're out of mana in this case. And because you're out of mana, then this play did not work out because you had no trap or net. You had no abilities, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's keep going. Back to lane. Do we see anything interesting happen? A lot of shit happened mid. Okay, a lot of shit happened mid, basically. That forward, probably? Oh, didn't even have to. Nice. That was really close. Okay, let me watch this. The reason why I said that is because your CAITLYN Q damage does maximum damage when the opponent is trapped. So if you fire it too early, I think there's a universe where the Q doesn't do full damage. Let me see here. You might have Q too early. You Q too early, only did 280. Right? I see that correctly? You Q too early, right? They have to be trapped before you Q, okay? There's no way your full damage Q does 280, okay? So yeah. Make sure that they're actually trapped when you fire Q. Yeah, their jungle's here. You go red. You go dragon now, right? Good. Free dragon. Push bot. Good. Sure, you can do whatever you want here. All this is fine. You should stack headshot and headshot this guy, right? Almost down to net for it, but don't net for it. Okay, nice. Good, good, good. That was good. That was really good. Just keep doing that. You don't base here, I'm pretty sure. Again, down to ulti. Remember our pattern. Remember your lane matchup, right? We want to trade away all their HP because we're the Nami W, and they need to catch us into an all-in. Okay, with the Morgana binding. Okay, so or I guess Castle ulti at this point, right? So knowing that, then you're like, oh, this is ulti that makes sense. It does, right? Because they have no way to sustain it up. I'm even down to ulti Morgana, right? Because if Morgana's the one who needs to land the binding, you can ulti her, make it harder for her to walk up for a bind, right? Just keep in mind your matchup. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, use these, like, even here, like, instead of basing, we should just use these bushes to try and trade with them, right? I mean, this is free as fuck. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Well played. Alright, crash, hit tower. You killed her. Ooh, net forward. Oh. Ooh, I like it. Let me watch this again. That was kind of hot. You stayed looking backwards because of net. He's chilled for a second. Yeah. Very good, very good. Very aware of the Castle ulti. Very nice. Take this. You take the wave. You base. You go mid. Right. Let's fast forward. Mid's good default here. You can hit tower. I'm pretty sure they can't stop you guys. Q's NT. Personally, I like to drop my ward where, like in the mid lane. Also, again, you're giving up so much space, right? Just make it so they can't play the game. You can just stand here, look menacingly here, right? And this is the ward I'm talking about, so you can see what they're doing on both ends. See what they do. to see how they will try and contest mid wave. You guys will try to ward chickens, but I think that's actually, I think warding chickens is not like amazing value anymore. I would just rather ward mid or river entrances. Okay, is this allowed? Nice punish. You should ulti that, by the way, because again, same thing. Like matchup stuff, same thing. Even though you're like in the mid game, the 2v2, as long as no jungle or solo interference, is really the same thing, right? So down to ulti the Morgana. Again, you want to keep like I'm down to ulti here too, right? Like times where you wouldn't want to ulti like this is like they have Soraka, right? So they have Soraka, they have Nami, they have Sona. It doesn't make any sense. This case, oh, good. This case, it definitely makes sense. Very nice. Now they can't play the game. We get the Rift Herald. Let's push mid into Rift Herald. Remember, you have to get mid first. You can't just go to the objective, right? Oh, maybe we can fight. No, it's not. You need to get mid. This is too far from us, right? Or what? See, like now you're like kind of confused as to what to do, but Cassio's getting the mid wave, right? Okay, so if you do this, you're saying we FF the mid wave to have a man advantage fight. So you just need a full commit to fight. Okay. The other default, the other strat, which is the default strat, is you just get mid first. Always get mid first. This is complete RNG. I have no fucking clue if you can get anything here. I have no clue, bro. I've been playing this game 13 years. I do not know if they're gonna stick around and die to you. No clue. Can't predict. But I know that if you get mid, you will get the mid pro on Cassio 100 times out of 100 every time, and then you can go. Okay, so here, this is just a chance where you just get nothing, and Cassio is like catching up for no reason, right? And as you can see here, you're like too afraid to even fight because it just doesn't look good, right? I would agree, it just doesn't look good. Like look, we actually got 0 here. This is the worst case scenario. We got 0 and Cassio got the push, right? So like how many minutes did you actually lose? Let's see. You pretty much lost all of them. Yeah. You pretty much lost the entire wave, right? We can claim we got the range creeps, but they're worth less than all the other creeps, right? So range creeps are like the fake ones. Yeah, all this is a disaster. Okay, if there's something you need to do, I think the main thing to work on is definitely not really mechanics. I think it's very much decision making, is what's going on here. Okay, you need to ask yourself. Okay, in the mid game, the default is get mid first before you do anything. And in laning phase, it's what should I do based on jungle info and matchup information. Okay, you want to make sure you know what you want to do based on your matchup according to the supports. And then just know that when it's 2v2, then it's just pure matchup. Like you have Nami, they have Morgana, they need to catch with Bind, we need to trade, okay. But then if we try and trade when their jungle's here, we're gonna die because they flash on us, right? So you wait until you see the jungle, and then you know it's 2v2, and then you zone them off the wave by trying to trade on every minion, right? Mid game is the same thing. We just get mid first every time, and try and apply our 2v2 matchup ideas based on if we know where the jungle is or solo has prio coming to our lane, and then we go from there, right? We cannot just move without getting mid first, okay? You cannot just move. You cannot move without getting mid first. Unless it's guaranteed. Unless it's guaranteed kills. Oh, this is a disaster. Aurelia diff, hopefully, or what? He almost died to Aso there. It's kind of funny. Okay, let's talk about this. There's some mechanical things we should talk about here. I think you're just fishing for Q way too hard, okay? Reason being is because you use Q like that, now you have no mana for EQ here, right? Yeah. But I think you barely did have enough mana for EQ here. Let me see. I'll probably fish less, okay? Second thing you need to know is another hard but very important rule of CAITLYN. Every time you use net, every single time you use net, every single time, almost no exception, you should combo with Q or trap. Okay? The reason being is because net is serving as a distraction for you to hit one of these 2 skill shots. Net is an opportunity for you to hit one of these 2 skill shots. So every time you use net and you don't W or Q, you have to find another opportunity to W or Q anyways, right? So in this case, it should always be default EW. But in this case, if you EQ, you should do this. This is a guaranteed Q hit. Why? Because they have no idea it's coming. Also, you have no mana, which is kind of awkward. But if you have mana, this is a guaranteed Q hit. They would never. It does not. I don't care how good they are. They will never be able to predict this EQ here. This works on all pro players. Unironically, okay. This works on literally everyone because it's not because everyone thinks you're looking at this guy, which you are. It looks like you're focusing this guy, which you are. This Q will always hit though. I promise. Okay. And if you can't hit the Q, if you don't have no Q targets, it should always be EW. Let's say, for example, we're like in this situation where we have to net away from Morgana. She has no flash, right? She has no black shield. This should always be an EW. This would be EW, okay, or EW. It doesn't matter. EW, EW. It doesn't matter. Okay, always combo net with Q or W. Very important KAITLYN mechanic to what's it called? Have a habit. Okay, they're trolling here. I'm not really sure what their plan is here, but you just ulti someone in 5 seconds, right? 2, 1. You should wait a little bit. I think Volibear is gonna block. Okay, nice. And then dragon into base. Good. Good. Itemization has been good. Okay, looks promising. Trap on bubble. Okay, this is we got some problems here. Okay. Okay. We're missing all our damage. Okay. We should talk about mechanics here. Okay, remember, on CC must trap. Okay, on CC must trap, and if we can't, cash out on full damage Q. You have to do one of these two things in order to do damage. Okay, because trap will give you full damage Q, and the full damage Q is the whole point. Okay, everything you have to hit the full damage Q. I don't care how you do it, you just have to do it. Okay, now if we watch this auto attack, no good. Why? Because it makes it so that you lower your chances of hitting a full damage Q and a trap. Now, what can you do instead of auto attack? You can walk sideways. You can put a trap down. You can run forward. I don't really care, but the whole point is to get this thing to hit them in the face until you hit until level 13. Then it's headshots. Okay. So in this case, here you're trying to Q on CC, but this will never do anything because it's not full damage. If it's not full damage, it's fake. Okay. If it's not full damage, you would just rather not use it. I promise you. Okay, you need a trap. You need to get a better position. You'd rather net. I don't really care. You just don't. I would rather just not even use it. Honestly, I'm fucking down to just not even use it. You can just stand here, net past this miasma, Q her. Right? You have to full damage Q her somehow. This is what happens when you don't. Look, you missed. How much? Look. It's like, oh, she's like 1 HP. Unlucky. No. You missed all your damage. Right? It was a 3v1. How is it possible she got away? It's because you missed damage, right? So this is how you missed it. And then now we actually die here, I think. Yeah, I don't know how you kill 2 people here, but it's kind of lucky. Why is it not in full damage? Oh, he hit a minion, right? He hit a minion, so his Q does less damage when he hit something else first. Alright, let's watch this. Something's going on here. I mean, you're doing red on the way, which is okay. This ulti is fine, I guess. Nice, got the Karthus ulti, not bad. Alright, I'm down to push mid now. Mid. Good. Whoa. Mid always, bro. My guy, mid always. So if we have mid-game macro issues, it's mid always. Let me see. What's our yeah, you have no CS every game, okay? It's because you're not going mid first. Like if you look at your OPGG and you look at 30 games and not a single one has more than 9 CS a minute, that means you're doing something wrong because there will at least be like at least a third of them should be 9 CS a minute, right? We're not prioritizing our mid wave, okay? We're not prioritizing income in the mid game, okay? This red will be up after you get the mid wave. Oh my god, I'm dying. Yeah, in this case, so remember against Cassio, he needs to hit Q to do damage, right? So in the 1v1, stack headshot, dance around, figure out what's going on. You Q's a minion, headshot. Push him off the wave. Okay? Push him off the wave here. He has nothing. If he like fucking ultis you without Q, that does nothing. Because the whole point is for Cassio to hit Q to do damage, right? So yeah, I think a lot of it is figuring out what, you know, like there's no universe where he's 1 in 6 and you're 10 in 3 and he's using his damage abilities on the wave and you're not doing anything about it, right? So yeah, Like, look, you actually just lost. How did the 1 in 6 Casio who used his damage ability zone you off the wave when you have your headshot ready? It doesn't make sense, right? So I think a lot of what we're seeing here is also when you're fighting for minions, approach them from a position of strength with your passive headshot. It's undodgeable, right? Wakio with no vision on their red is bad. Wait, I mean, if you look at the situation here, right? Look at this. There are 2 people dead. Volibear is showing. Theirs is gonna go to his side lane. In what universe are you under any threat here? Especially when you have a net, right? Okay, there's a fight going on here. Aurelia's top. If he has no TP, this looks a little bit sus. Seems like Aurelia's not coming, so... Oh, Aso is not here, though. Ooh, nice trap. We need a net, though. Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. So, this is actually a very CAITLYN specific... a lot of what we're talking about today is very CAITLYN specific. So, you're right. I'm down to, like, come help this guy, right? But you have to ask yourself, where is the fight moving? Okay? If the fight is moving like this, then you need to set up traps. And what do we do about traps is you set up enough traps so you can combo with net and combo on teammate CC and for enemy hourglass. So at this point in the game, no enemy hourglass, don't worry about that. Teammate CC, Nami's just fucking dead, don't worry about that. So save enough for traps. So I'll probably put down 2 or 3 and I have one for EW combo. And you know it's coming towards you, so chain them like this or chain them like this. Okay, so what it will look like is boom, 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 or boom, boom, boom. And it's where the fight is going. Okay, it's always kiting. I promise you. It's always kiting. Okay, and if we watch this, right? How relevant is this, right? Okay, so first of all, how relevant are your traps? They will never touch this. If it's not along the wall, they will never step on it. Okay, I promise you. I'll pretty much never step on it. Like, they will never naturally step on it. Unless it's like inside a body or something. Okay, and so you had good damage on the Morgana here, but I think it's not I would not focus on this too much. It's not. I mean, the headshot on Morgana is really good, but you should definitely focus. I have no idea how this almost killed her, by the way. That looks crazy to me. But you should be focusing on Giga kiting this way, because the enemy solo lane is coming from bot lane, right? Remember, we need to play around our traps here as CAITLYN, right? So here, look, this guy's sprinting at us. If you auto attack him, it does jack shit because we have no passive headshot. So it's all about traps, right? Start putting traps down, prepare the net for his flash, all that kind of stuff, right? So we watch this, right? Somehow he got to pull us, even though we had a great trap, right? I mean, where is it? Somehow he got to pull us, even though we had net up. That should never happen, right? You should always W, EW, EQ, doesn't matter. You're not really killing this guy, you're just trying to get away, right? So yeah, even here, that net, I promise you, that net, every time you net, you must EQ, okay? If you had EQ'd or EW'd, you would have killed him and lived, assuming you have bloodline. I know you're bleeding, but if you had bloodline, you would have lived, okay? Every time you net, you must Q or W. And if you didn't, 90% of the time, you did something wrong, okay? So yeah, let's fast forward here. That's how you like kind of structure your fights as CAITLYN, is you set up your trap line in a spot where you're kiting to, okay? And every time you net, it's a play. So your play must be as good as possible. How do you make it better? Chain a Q or W onto it. Oh, no exception, okay? Anytime you see a CAITLYN net without using Q or W, I think it's 90% of the time a mistake, okay? That just means they're like panic netting without preparing anything. Let's fast forward here. Probably one of the reasons why CAITLYN's skill cap is so high is because sometimes you just panic net, you have no W or Q ready. Okay, we look a little bit lost here, but I think it's fine. You just hit the closest guy, right? We're a little bit lost here, but no problem. Ulti here is stunning yourself, but it's probably fine. Let me push mid here, right? Honestly, unless it's Dragon's Soul, I don't really care. Let's just get the mid inhib. This is really good what you're doing here. Don't chase them. Just don't chase them into no vision. Just go win the game. That guy's dead here, by the way. I don't know if you see the angle, but if he's doing shit like this, I think E flash Q is lethal. I think this, I'm unironically down to go here, E flash Q, one shot him. But it's fine. And the reason why we can do that, I know you're not level 13, but we already have the IE. I'm down to try. If you're not down to try because you're not level 13, totally okay too. You should probably... Technically, I think the correct play is to wait another level before you do something like that. But yeah, that is definitely an option. That's the first thing I would think of when I see that. We get him though. Just keep pushing. Stack headshot, hit him in the face. He's dead. Don't hit that. Ah! Okay, anytime you're clearing waves, you must end with a headshot. Okay? You must have a headshot ready. It's like Jin. Anytime you're clearing waves, you must end with a headshot. So here, you just dumped the headshot. So now you're like the weakest point you could possibly be right now, with your abilities up. So yeah, that's the #1 rule for CAITLYN in the mid game, is you must end every wave with a headshot ready. Otherwise, you're inting for sure. Look at this. You're taking. Imagine you had a headshot here. Look, it's taking you 10 years to kill these guys. Nice try on the EQ. What I would say there is that you cannot just 90% of the time, you do not fire EQ in the same spot. Okay, so blue is E, Q is yellow. Incorrect. Unless they are CC'd or running at you, incorrect. Okay, it should look like this. Blue is net. Blue is net. Q is yellow. Or sorry, yeah, Q is yellow. Like this. It should look like this. Or like this. It will never be in the same spot, I promise you. It will almost never be in the same spot. What is the significance of level 13 for CAITLYN? Your headshot damage is increased. At level 1, level 7, level 13. Those are the breakpoints. Okay, level 13 is when it's at its best. So that's when you start playing around your headshots. But yeah, EQ should always be slightly different degree. Always, unless they're CC'd. That's what you miss. Now, like this is what happens when it's exactly at the same degree. Look at this ASO. You had the right idea. Just the execution was off. Look, by the time the Q comes out, he's gonna move like an inch. He's gonna move like an inch, right? So watch. You see how close it is? It is in fact. This is exactly what happened. You fired like this. Okay? You fired like this. When in fact, if you had just gone like this, it would have hit. Okay. So yeah, honestly I have no idea how we have 11 kills missing half our abilities, but it's kind of lit. Okay, don't go for inhib if it's not good enough. Just go for dragon. Yes, do the camp on the way. Very good. Do the crab. These are actually really good traps, but I think we're in a dominating position, so you should play like this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. You should play like don't even let them get in. You know what I'm saying? Like this. These are the traps you want. Like this is like, oh fuck, they're already past the river entrance, but don't even let them get into the river entrance. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, like I'm down for a trap line like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. These are a little bit passive. IMO. Nice headshot. Again, you should think about getting a headshot back as fast as possible. Yep, stack on the ward. I'm down to kill Morgana. Unironically, look forward, net forward, headshot, Q ulti. I'm down. Anything like that. I'm down to net forward, Q headshot ulti. Okay, I'm down for anything like that. But that's what you should be looking for. Look, you have headshot ready. Base is fake here, right? You need to keep control of the dragon. You don't base here. Okay, good. You're just faking. You're just pretending to base. Okay, fast forward. You have headshot ready. You hit the Morgana with this, right? Go. Get her. Go get the Morgana. Go get the Morgana. It's fine. You have clans. Good bait. Nez a little bit too early, but it's fine. Cassio here. Okay, I guess they're just trolling, but free kills everywhere. Okay, looks a little bit awkward. This fight, we're kind of AFK, right? Okay, let's talk about this. So this fight, it looked like we're a little bit lost. It's okay. So sometimes, we're just going to play it after you lose the net. Okay, so sometimes this happens. It's fine. You just have to kind of like play it really safe for 15 seconds. So what you want to do here is, if you want to ulti in the middle of a fight like this, you remember, ulti stuns yourself, okay? And you don't want to stun yourself unless you have an extremely good reason to do so. So here your ulti is Darius. You're like, oh, maybe I can like kill or assist him. It's actually just better to just walk up and gap close and use your headshot on him. Because it's like the same amount of damage and you get to keep the ulti. And you're in range to auto-attack more. And you're in range to trap, right? There's like infinite reasons to not ulti here. The other one is you can ulti a carry, right? Ulting carry is always high value, right? This Darius is not a carry. I mean, he kind of is, but it doesn't really do as much damage to him because he's tankier, right? So it's like lower value. So when in doubt, don't press R. Okay, you need to walk up so you have position to Q on CC target, trap on CC target, or trap on terrain in very important spots, right? So ulti very fake. So if you feel like you couldn't do anything here, it's because you took 2 seconds to stun yourself to ulti the front line. which did no damage, right? Okay, we have headshot ready. It's still play. I mean, we easily kill them all here. Kill this Cassio, right? Cashing out on Volibear, I'm not a fan of. Oh yeah, you're fine though, right? Okay, so remember, every time you net, I'm unironically practice to this every day. Right? Every time you net, W or Q, I don't care. Doesn't not matter what. Default W, EW. So if you look at this, you want to net him. You think about where you're going. I want to net him. He's running at me. You think about where you're going. Sorry, the pen got weird. You're gonna net here. Therefore, I will end up here. Therefore, I will trap this spot. Net where you are going. Okay, sorry. Trap where you are going. Off net combo. Okay, the reason is because they need to be melee range to hit you. So the trap should be melee range where you end up. And if you do anywhere in between, it is flashable, dashable, walk aroundable. Like in between is fake. Unless it's a ranged character like Jhin, Victor, fucking ADCs, milliners, control mages, Orianna. If they have range, then you don't trap for melee, you trap for range. Okay? Okay, this is a very important concept to understand. It's because this is why CAITLYN's skill cap is so high. Like I can't the things I'm talking about today, I can't even do. I play this champion every day. I literally can't do it. Okay? But you should be working towards it so that when you can do it, you're insane. Okay? I can only do it sometimes. So you see this? See how like flash on your face? You can even do something giga advanced, right? Like the auto attacks are fake. Trust me. Look, the trap and net is more important. Okay, so let's go back to where we are. I'm telling you, you can even do some like insane 3 million IQ stuff. Like look, okay, the Volibear is running at you, right? You can trap yourself, plan for him to flash over it, EW to where you're going, and then he's trapped after he's flashed. It's crazy. You can do crazy stuff like that. Okay, you know, like put 2 traps down, EW here. It's like insane, right? Like I promise you, this is the stuff you need to be working on. Like these auto attacks, you're fucking shooting peanuts. How like this? It's just the way the champion works. You're not Varus. You're not Varus that's putting stacks on him or whatever. You're not like Tristana with like a million attack speed. You're playing CAITLYN where your headshot is like the auto attack modifier, and that's just 6 things. It's like Jhin auto attacks. It doesn't do anything. You need to focus on the Jhin W, right? So in this case, you just gotta focus on the traps. If you have no headshot, you're 6 hits from headshot. You are 11 kills. Okay, you're 11 kills at 24 minutes. Your auto attack does how much? Nothing. That's a Storm Razor proc, apparently. Wait, is that a Storm Razor proc? I mean, that's not a Storm Razor proc, but it's like a special hit too. Isn't this like a crit or something? Like, look at this. That's a crit. It did 235. It did literally nothing. Okay, so you need to put your brain power into things that actually matter, which is your abilities and positioning and where you're going. Okay, the auto attacks come in between you using your abilities. Okay, that's when the auto attacks come. Okay, that's where you need to put your brain power. Goes for all champions, guys. Okay, game's over at this point. Also, it should probably be a Lord Doms soon instead of a stopwatch. Well, I don't really think it matters. The game's over. Okay, nice. But yeah, I would say those are the main things you need to work on. I think in 2v2 wise, there are a lot of moments where we can press our advantage based on what we see on the map. So what we see on the map tells you what you need to do on your screen. And what you need to do on your screen is based on your support matchup in laning phase. Okay? Second, in the mid game, if you're not having 10 CS a minute, it's because you're not getting the mid wave first before you do anything else. Okay? Third, in fights, we talked about a lot of CAITLYN PvP mechanics. I think that's really important for you to focus on if you want to get damage out, because I think in a lot of fights we're missing infinite damage. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Any questions?